This brief presentation introduces you to the concept of audience, arguably the most important aspect of all effective professional communication. The presentation also emphasizes understanding and profiling readers for effective communication with technical documents. Let's define two terms before we begin. First, the word text, which in this presentation refers to any form of business communication. And secondly, reader or audience, which refers to the recipient of your text. Your book talks about the dynamic nature of audiences. Not every audience member will perceive information the same way. Readers will respond to a text differently, and a reader's opinion of a text can change. Readers of documents are dynamic in nature, and they are dynamic for four reasons. First, they construct meaning. Secondly, readers' responses are shaped by the situation. Third, readers react moment by moment. And four, readers are raters for information. These four findings, according to Anderson and Johnson-Sheehan, best describe how people read technical documents. In the next 4 slides, we'll go into more detail. Readers construct meaning. It is through interaction with the text, not simply consuming it, that meaning in business documents is created by readers. Communicators should never assume that there is one perfect way to express information to any reader. Each reader brings his or her own knowledge to the table when interpreting or using information. This is a far cry from the classical transmission model of communication, in which it was assumed that the writer simply sends a one-way message to a receptive reader who then comprehends it as the writer intended. Readers' responses are shaped by the situation. The context in which a document is used will also shape readers' responses to that piece of communication. The context of use can include the reader's own purpose for reading the document, their perceptions of the writer's purpose, their past relationship with the writer, and the situation in which they will physically read the document. Readers react moment by moment. Readers may not wait until they have read an entire document to respond to it. Rather, they react to each part of a document as they read it. A reader's reaction to any one part of a communication will affect their perceptions of the rest of the content as well. Readers are raters for information. Readers of documents don't usually read documents all the way through from start to finish. Rather, they can seek specific kinds of information and will peruse the document until they can locate that information. In planning for a document, writers should create a profile of their various readers. This is a vital aspect of the rhetorical situation in communication because readers and their expectations are the most important factors in shaping information. These kinds of questions that you see on the slide should be asked of every level of reader. Levels of audience will be discussed in the next few slides. So the kinds of questions you might ask would be, who are they? What do they need? When will they be reading? Where will they be reading? Why will they be reading? And how will they be reading? Think of various readers in terms of levels or roles. For example, the primary readers are the readers to whom the document is directly addressed. They are the action takers of a document, the ones who will use the information to complete a task or make a decision. Secondary readers are usually advisors to the primary readers. These can be experts in the field or people with specialized knowledge that can help primary readers take action or make a decision. Tertiary readers are those who may have an interest in the document's contents. They are often evaluators of you, your team, or your company. These readers might include journalists, lawyers, auditors, politicians, and so forth. And finally, gatekeeper readers are readers who will need to see and approve your document before it is sent out to the primary readers. Here's a sample heuristic that would allow you to profile your readers by using this table. You can see that you would start with needs, values, and attitudes, and address each one of those for your different levels of readers, so primary, secondary, tertiary, and your gatekeepers. Start with needs, values, and attitudes. You could add additional columns to the side here if you had other items that you wanted to use in your audience analysis, maybe demographics or some other kind of data or information that you would want to analyze the audience for. In looking at the audience's needs, The question you would ask yourself is, what information does this reader require from this document? In looking at values, you would ask, what do your readers value most? What is the most important thing to them when reading a document like this? And then when looking at attitudes, you might ask, what are your readers' outlooks toward you, or their attitude towards you, the writer, or your document? Will they be excited, frustrated, concerned, depending upon the content, obviously, and the tone of the document could evoke different types of emotion. In summary, readers are dynamic. You can have multiple layers of audience, as we saw from the different levels of readers, and writers need to consider the needs and attitudes and values of their readers.